Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Harbor Freight website and checking out the new coupons that they have going on. These are going to be the super coupons from October 13th to the 26th. We just got done with the parking lot sale, so we're going to see what the good deals are, what the bad deals are. There's going to be some in here that don't even compare to what they had going on for the parking lot sale. So unfortunately, if you missed the parking lot sale deals, or maybe they were sold out, you might see some deals here, but they're probably not going to be as good. But let's go ahead and see what they have. They also have the midweek deal coming up tomorrow and the next day, which is going to be for ITC members only. That's going to be 30% off any item $25 and below. So I think that's a pretty good deal if you're an ITC member. But let's go ahead and see what they have going on now. Starting at the top here, we have a 3/4 horsepower concrete vibrator down from $100 to $80, so $20 worth of savings on that. We have a decent amount of savings on this 7 horsepower plate compactor, down to $630 from $700. They have the Hercules 550 pound aluminum mobile folding miter saw stand at $150, down from $180. So a decent amount of savings on that. A little bit of an upgrade from, I believe, they have a Warrior version as well. I can't remember. I believe it's on the list as well. But this is a little bit nicer than that and has wheels. It's built a little bit better, a little bit higher quality material. And it's a decent amount of savings, plus some of these other miter saw stands from other brands can get quite expensive. $30 off the dust separator from Bauer over here, $300. A little bit of savings on the Bauer 16-gallon shop vac, down to $130. I do like these shop floor fans or blowers, down to $70 from $90, so a decent amount of savings on that. Some really good savings on this bandsaw blade. This is a 2-pack at $10, down from $18, 44% off. $15 for the 1.3 amp variable speed rotary tool. This is a 31-piece set, 34% off, down from $23. Now, I have a lot of experience with Dremel branded battery operated rotary tools, and I cannot stand those. I ended up buying the Wen rotary tool corded over 10 years ago, and it's been fantastic. Now, I still buy Dremel branded accessories because a lot of these that come with the rotary tools are just junk. So, I mean, this one's worth giving it a shot if you just need a rotary tool on hand, not something that you're going to be using daily, but just something cheap. I've had really good experiences with my Wen rotary tool around the same price. I just pick up better accessories for them. The Bauer 6.3 amp half-inch variable speed drill. This is a corded drill, down from $45 to $35, so some pretty good savings on there. The Warrior magnetic nut setter set it's a 9-piece set at $250, down from $4, 37% off. I've had these for years, and they've been fantastic. No complaints about these, except for one of the magnets fell out of one of them. I simply glued it back in, but it's a kind of a pain to glue it back in because it's magnetic and it wants to attach to the side. But once I got it super glued back into its spot, it's been great. No issues since. And $250, I mean, that's a $4. It's already a steal at $250, basically giving it away. Then you got the 1700 watt 14 amp high output heat gun from Hercules, which is a nice heat gun. I know a lot of guys in the professional field that still run the Warrior one that you pick up for, $15, $20, whatever it is. Sometimes you can get it for like $10. Those things are awesome. We use them all the time. And even if they last a year or two, it's well worth just going and buying another one. But I don't have any personal experience with the Hercules one, but I have heard good things about it. So if you guys have experience, please let me know. But that is 18% off. Here is the one I was talking about, the Warrior 350 pound miter saw stand. As you can tell, still mobile, doesn't have the wheels, not quite as good of quality as the one we were looking at before. But if you're just one that's going to use a miter saw every once in a while, this is a good deal. Nothing fantastic, but it'll get you by. Hercules 10 amp 12 pound demolition hammer with maximum vibration control, $230, down from $250. So a little bit of savings there, not a great deal on that. $30 for the Bauer 29-piece set, down from $35, 14% off. That's a decent deal, not great. 8-inch portable ventilator, down to $75, 16% savings on that. Here's some decent savings on this biscuit plate joiner, down to $40 from $55, so some good savings on that. Bauer dust collector, dust separator, I should say, $33 down from $40. Here we have some good savings on this 15 amp Hercules hex breaker hammer, down to $530 from $650. So $120 worth of savings on that. Some pretty good savings on that. Here's another one of the shop blowers, a little bit different design here. This one from Central Machinery at $50 down from $65. Not very much savings off this Drill Master base router. 25% off of the Bauer micro cleaning accessory kit. These are actually really handy to have, getting in tight spaces, things like that. $6 down from $8. Another accessory kit, or crevice accessory kit for the shop vac, $6 down from $9, 33% savings there. Next up, moving into hand tools, we have the 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive hex socket set. This is a 9-piece set at $13 from $17. That's a pretty good deal if you're a weekend warrior DIYer and you need some bit sockets around. That's a pretty good deal on some hex bits. Tap and die set down to $18 from $22. I haven't heard great things about the cheaper Pittsburgh tap and die sets, but they can get quite expensive for some quality ones. So this one is definitely cheap. We actually have an Icon product on the list. It is the 3/4 inch drive 36-inch breaker bar, down from $100 to $80. So some decent savings on that, 20% off. And I don't use 3/4 inch drive tools, but I do know for a fact that 3/4 inch drive tools are very expensive no matter what brand you're going with. So any savings you can get, I think that's a good deal. 23% off the 4-pound fiberglass drilling hammer, down to $10 from $13. Not a huge savings on the 10mm socket set, but it's already a cheap item, down even cheaper to $12, 14% savings. You get a 1/4 inch and 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive assortment of 10mm. You get impact, shallow, universals, and deep wells, and then the 1/2 inch drive, you're just getting the shallow and deep, but a good little variety of 10mm sockets. Another Icon deal, 25% off their 1/2 inch drive, 25-inch professional breaker bar, down from $40 to $30, so some good savings on that. Moving into air tools, we have the 30-gallon Fortress job site air compressor, down to $1,700 from $2,000. That's a big boy, and it's expensive, but it is a good price compared to some of the other brands out there. I have a Fortress air compressor, and it's been doing really well. Now, I don't use mine on a regular basis, but it has been impressive when I have needed it. So there is a decent amount of savings off of this Fortress 30-gallon job site compressor. Then you have the McGraw 6-gallon 150 PSI oil-free pancake job site air compressor at $110, down from $130, so a decent amount of savings on that. Some good savings off of this retractable hose reel from Central Pneumatic, down to $60 from $90, 33% savings. Here we see the Merlin Premium Air Compressor Accessory Kit, the 20-piece set at $18 from $23. I know a lot of people that recommend this over the cheaper version that they have there at Harbor Freight from Central, I believe it is. Just a little bit nicer accessories or attachments here. So that's definitely some good savings on there, 21%. $50 off the 3/4 inch composite impact twin hammer 1800 foot-pounds to $200 from $250. Once again, another 3/4 inch drive tool. The 5-gallon Fortress job site air compressor, down to $290 from $320. So $30 worth of savings on that. And then $30 worth of savings on the 10-gallon air compressor from McGraw. Moving into tool storage, we got some discounts here. The 34-inch 6-drawer service cart, down to $520 from $600, so $80 off. Available in 9 different colors. Can't wait to see that new color released on the bigger box. I'm probably going to pull the trigger. 56-inch work hutch at $550, down from $500, so $50 off of that. Moving into the automotive section, $280 for the Daytona 3-ton, down from $290. That's kind of a disappointing discount on the Daytona. Literally any other sale going on, you're probably going to find a better discount on this. So I wouldn't, if you can wait, I probably wouldn't even worry about this discount. That one's almost pointless, honestly. But if you're in need and you can't wait, I mean, at least you're saving $10. So you got $20 off the 1,500-pound motorcycle or ATV lift. A little bit of savings on the 3,500 pound Badlands winch. Some pretty good savings on this Haulmaster 1,000 pound loading ramp set of 2 at $70 from $85. 40% off the fuses. This is a 60-piece set. You can get standard or mini, down from $10 to $6. A little bit of savings off the Jupiter 3,000 watt power inverter. $15 off the portable shed at $150. While it's not great savings, it's actually already a pretty decent price when comparing this to a lot of other portable sheds like this. They're not the highest quality. They're not going to last forever. But if you need some temporary, shade or work area or temporary storage, that's not a bad deal at $150. Jumper cables, not very much savings off of those. We got a decent amount of savings off the Daytona 4-ton professional hydraulic body repair kit. These are really handy if you do any body repair, and some of these can get really expensive. So $200 is actually a really good price for that. 22% off the stud welder dent repair kit. So $70 down from $90. Some pretty good savings on the RoadShock Edge LED off-road light to $90 from $105. Serpentine belt tool kit from Pittsburgh. This is a cheaper design, cheaper set. So if you're a weekend warrior DIYer, you want to have one on hand, I think this is a good option. It's not going to be the best thing in the world, but it is 40% off, down to $13 from $22. 16% off the 3/4 inch ball joint separator to $15. Once again, weekend warrior DIYer, you do your own brakes. Having this or a tool like this can be really handy over using like a C-clamp. Not that a C-clamp doesn't work, but $6 for this tool, down from $10, so 40% worth of savings. 16% off the multi-outlet extension cord, $40 from $48. Moving into the lawn and garden, you got 20% off any electric or gas pressure washer. That's a pretty good deal. So if you're in need of a pressure washer, whether it be electric or gas, I think that is a pretty good discount. $25 off the 1,200 pound capacity steel utility cart. These are probably really handy if you're going to be doing some junkyard stuff, save you from hauling stuff or toting it around in a wheelbarrow. This could be really handy. I mean, honestly, that's about the price that people are paying just for like the fabric side collapsible little wagons. Now this one's not going to be as mobile. You can't collapse it down like those, but if you're planning on moving a lot of stuff, awkward stuff that's pretty heavy, this can handle up to 1,200 pounds at $150. I don't think that's terrible. We got some more tarps down here. A little bit better savings on these two, 20% off, 25% off. You got $40 off the 14 amp Portland electric chipper shredder. I'm not sure if I've actually seen this one, but $40 off, that doesn't seem like a bad deal. 30% off the indoor-outdoor extension cord if you're setting up for Halloween. $7, that's not too bad. You need a couple of those. 10-ton hydraulic log splitter at $130 from $150. $30 off the Apache rifle case, down to $120 from $150. That's not a bad deal. Not a great deal. The Thunderbolt high-capacity rechargeable batteries, whether it's AAA or AA, it's a 4-pack for $8, down from $9. The parking lot sale just had 50% off all Thunderbolt batteries. So if you missed out, that was definitely a good deal on the batteries. I picked up quite a bit of batteries from that parking lot sale. Vacuum storage bags at $4, down from $7. So some good savings on that. Welding equipment, they have $70 off the plasma cutter. So, it's a little bit of savings. The Vulcan 6,000 watt generator dual voltage welder. Honestly, I can say I don't think I've seen this item before. Originally $1,800 down to $1,600, so $200 worth of savings there. I honestly don't think I've seen that before. They got the MIG welder at $500 from $550, so a little bit of savings. Not the greatest deals on welding equipment. 10% off the drain cleaner and 10% off the drain auger. So not real great deals on welding or plumbing equipment right now. Electrical, we have the Quinn 7-inch diagonal side cutters down to $5 from $8, 37% of savings there. That's pretty nice. Doyle Electrician shears, 33% off. If you don't have shears in the shop or garage, they're handy to have around. no matter what brand you go with, having a little set of shears is fantastic. These are down to $12. These little silicone plugs are actually fantastic. You deal with removing any lines that you want to prevent all the fluid from leaking out. It's a lot easier to use these than try to find a cap or to wrap it or whatever it may be, or find a fastener that fits on it. It's just quick and easy. $11.50 down from $13, so not a whole lot of savings on that, but these are great to have on hand if you deal with lines. Material handling and safety, you got the vinyl gloves from Hardy, 100 pack, down to $5 from $8, 37% off. 16% off the folding platform truck, so $50 down from $60. It's a decent amount of savings. A couple casters, some work gloves. Work gloves are on sale at $4 down from $6.50. And lighting, they have the Braun 1800 lumen rechargeable LED flashlight down to $23, and the 400 lumen rechargeable waterproof LED spotlight to $15 from $20. So not a whole lot going on for a lot of these categories. So a couple decent coupons, 20% off, and then a couple really bad ones like the Daytona Jack. So, I mean, not the best coupons I've seen recently, but once again, we did just come off the parking lot sale, so it's kind of hard to compare these prices when we just saw some really good deals going on. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Do not forget, if you are an ITC member, it's $30 off any item $25 or below coming up tomorrow and the next day. So go ahead and check that out. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.